Hello everybody and welcome back to some more GlitchCraft, where true to form we have got a glitched item in our inventory. As you might be able to see, our flux capacitor is technically in the red, I guess you could say, but it's not actually. The flux capacitor can hold 20 million RF, somehow we have got it to have 22.32 million RF. Earlier it was 22.33, so I think me holding my wireless terminal for a bit sucked some power out of it, but we've got that somehow. I do kind of know how it happened. There was a little incident when I went over to Chrono's base. He has a laser drill. I was, feeling like showing off. For some reason, I actually really just wanted to check if the laser drill could destroy me in my armor. My gem ran out as I jumped in, but my health wasn't going down. So I was just still at yellow hearts. Nothing was happening, and I was like, oh, that's fine. I'm not taking damage. My armor's just taking it. And then one time I was taking damage, like the animation was taking damage, like this thing, that thing, and hearing the sound. But yeah, I didn't actually take physical damage, so I was like, oh, this is fine. I tried to get my resistance gem so I could get fire resistance, which was what I thought was probably going to get through to me. And then I just randomly died just before I was able to get it, so that kind of sucked. And then the server crashed just after, and then we had an issue getting it back up, and then it finally got back up, and then I went and got my stuff from my grave, and I now have a random flux capacitor that's 2.32 million over its maximum, which is interesting to say the least. I kind of want to just store it away and get a new one out. Really, I might do that. Let's just make a resonant flux capacitor, just to highlight the fact we have one with 22.32 million. Right, let's do that. Let's also do this. I know that doesn't break it, so I can do that. This one is going to get powered from down here. And yeah, today what we're going to be doing is something that the rest of the guys on the server have been doing recently, which I guess I think I said I was going to do a while ago, but I didn't actually properly do. It's going to do with this platform over here. This is actually the only platform we have currently that is not all in a mushroom island. If you look on the minimap, we are now in a forest, so I have had to put a magnum torch down here just so nothing can actually spawn on here, because I don't want them spawning anyway, and blood moons are pretty common, I want to say. They're not like every night, but they're fairly common for when I'm on, so I don't want to take the risk, even though I know they can't kill me. So this is over here, and we're going to be basically doing some blood magic. Now, this is going to be a bit slow because I am a blood magic noob. I know nothing about blood magic. I know there's like different tiers and stuff. I know there's, I think, up to tier 6 currently. What most people have done, and we can actually just do this quickly over here, is, as I said, the other two people on the server, Flame and Chrono, have been doing their blood magic, and I thought I'd, just go and maybe get a bit of inspiration from their places, just because, it's generally a good idea. That's the laser drill that killed me. Those are beacons, because you have to get beacons later on. So Flame has got his in here. If we go over here quickly, I recently gave him a stack of nether stars to help him along, so I think he only used 4 because you have to have 4 beacons. But this is his altar. I think this is a size of a tier 5 or a tier 4. I can't remember. So that's interesting, and they've done this generic thing, which we are probably going to do. I want to see if there's any way I can auto-craft it, but I don't actually think there is, which is kind of annoying, but at the same time, I guess I can deal with it. And Chrono has also got his, so let's quickly make our way out of here. It's now nighttime, which is fine. I did place a magnum torch in the vicinity, so that's all good, because I had 2 sets of each potion that I needed, because I made 3 when I made one of my gems, and then I had 2 left, so I decided why not make 2 magnum torches. So up here, I think, is his blood magic. Nope, up one more floor. This floor here, in this very laggy area for me. He's actually done a lot more work since I was here. Frank is here. I don't know what Frank is or who Frank is or his purpose in anything. This is Chronos. He has 2 for some reason that I can't think of, but maybe you need 2 for something. Maybe this is Rune of Self-Sacrifice, and this is just Rune of Dislocation. I don't know what the dislocations do, but I know Self-Sacrifice increases the amount you get from, funnily enough, Self-Sacrifice. Which is going to be very easy for us because we have a Gem of Salubrity, which allows us to have 10 extra hearts anyway, and an incredible regen and instant health boost, which means that basically we can use the Sacrificial Knife or Sacrificial Dagger, whichever one it is, and we are never gonna like kill ourselves by accident, because we're always going to be like, we'll go down 1 heart, instantly back up to the 40 hearts we have, including this health boost. So we're going to go over here. We are going to set it up over there when it loads in. But first, we actually have to make the thing. So let's actually go to Blood Magic first. And we can have a look in here. How do we make this? We need a furnace. Do we have a furnace? We do not have a furnace. Like the one thing we don't own. Because we don't need one. We have a blood altar. I do have on my other screen a little bit of a tutorial type thing, but just a basics beginner guide to blood magic. So we are going to go off that. So I might take some time to read it, but we should, be fairly quick when it comes to this. So we need to create. We need to get a sacrificial knife, which is this one. That's a creative sacrificial knife. This one here, which is just glass and that. We got your first prick. It's a purple achievement as well. That's pretty cool. And then we need to let's just have a look at generally what we've got to do. We have the diamond. That's good. The only problem I know we're going to have is we are not going to have a we're not going to have the ability to see the particles that the blood altar creates. The reason for this is because I have particles turned off, because we have these constant effects on us that would be an absolute pain to deal with. So we are going to do that. This is our blood altar now, and for 200 LP, or for every heart we give away, we get 200 LP. Occasionally we'll go down 2 hearts, but as long as we got the gem in, activeness, we should stay at full health pretty much all the time. I'm assuming that is now at full. We're going to throw a diamond in, and with 2000 LP, that should create a weak blood orb, I think. So that should be good, and then that can store our LP perfectly fine, I think. It does look like it's going down slightly. We can't actually check yet, unfortunately, I don't think, the contents. Because we need... Actually, we could... No, we actually need the gem first to be able to... We need to have the gem before we can craft the slate that allows us to see. I think, if I remember correctly. I don't know if this takes a while because it's like tier 1, like nothing on it. There we go. But yeah, on occasion we are going to then, build it up and up and up and up. I think it's better to do that and then worry when we're later into the whole process about, the whole... worry about it like when we're at tier 5, tier 6, about the whole like how it looks, auto-crafting sort of setup thing that we want to try and get. So this is a weak blood orb. It's currently ours, so that should be good and perfectly fine. So that's not bound to us, as we can see. And I think we can right-click with this to put blood into our network. Maybe we're just full and we can't. I don't know. So I'm not sure. And then we just need some smooth stone, I think. So, I've been having this problem. My T key does not want to work. So let's just do that. Let's throw in a piece of stone And I think the blank slate's there, and then with the blank slate we are going to create, I don't know, division sigil, I think it is. So we are going to come back over here to create a division sigil. Also, as you may be able to see, I have upgraded slightly our setup. You'll be able to see that in a sec once I go to it. Let's just get a division sigil. I have upgraded this sort of setup, so now we've got 3 doing each of the base ones, so the printed stuff. So each printed circuit has now 3 doing it, and each of the 3 things have 4 doing it, because I couldn't fit, I couldn't fit 4 things doing 4 things. There are 4 inscribers doing 4, different recipes in this setup. So I had to settle for 3, but 192 processes per like thing. That's good, I think. So now division sigil, we'll be able to see in the top left hand corner, you'll be able to see what we have, our current essence as well. And this actually gives us more. This actually doesn't seem to take our health away as well, like visually take our health away. So 5,000 LP I think is our maximum at tier 1, so that is perfectly fine, I think. So now we just want to see what we could create a lava crystal. I'm probably not going to do that because at this current point in time, because it is useful. It uses what, 25 LP per smelt if you throw it in a furnace. That's pretty cool. But we have electric furnaces and auto crafting set up to it and everything like that, so there is no need. Lava, I might actually make it if I need to get a large amount of lava like physically placed down, because as far as I know you can just right click with it. It's a lot easier when I'm doing nether plants like that I can just right click instead of having to wait for my lava fabricator to make something, then get some a bucket and etc etc. It's a lot easier. I guess I could also just get a massive drum full of it, which would be fairly good. So now what we need to do is we need to upgrade our altar, I think, is the next step. Having a look at this. So it says these blank slates can be used to craft in a crafting table to create runes which will advance your altar's tier. The first tier is the altar itself, the second tier requiring the altar and 8 blood runes. So having the altar and then 8 blood runes around it. So we just need to make some blank slates, or blood runes rather, which just means that we need, how many? We need 16. So let's just do that. There we go. Oh, let's get away before our magnet gets to it. And I guess we can pick these up. Oh, is my magnet off? Let's see if I can. There we go. That's how you do it. So we're going to make 16 of these things. Should be fine. We kind of should get a process like the other guys have got. As you can see, they've got a chest, a pipe, a chest. That's how they're doing it. Probably a good idea to get onto that at some point, but I think for something like this, it might be, still, I think it's fine not having to worry about it. Do we have... Oh, is it? Oh, I have to like right-click on the altar and I can see how much LP that's got. So the sacrificial knife, I can just do this. That puts it into the altar, I think. Let's just do that. Oh, no, I don't want my gem. Right, so let's have a look. 4,000. So if we do this, I could probably set like an auto-clicker to right-click at an incredible speed with this. That would actually be pretty interesting. Right, now we're at current essence, altar's essence is high as well. What we're actually going to do is this as well. because I'm tired of waiting. We'll need a filter as well. I have a ton, I think. Yeah. Oh yeah. So that's gonna go through. Oh, it's an inverted one. Again, my T key's not working, which is annoying. Alright, I should have paid attention. Let's uninvert it, because now it's everything but blank slates. Right, throw that in. And now okay, so a ton of them have been thrown in. Is that even a possible thing? Or is that just going to use a ton of LP? It's using some LP. I don't know if it's just going to use millions. I'll just keep it topped up, keeping an eye on our regen, which I guess we can't see because of everything else we have. Probably I'll notice before anything. I don't know if it'll just take longer because it's like the what am I trying to say? I don't know if it'll just take longer because it's using like all the LP it needs to do that, and then it'll do it. I think it's probably more efficient to just do it one by one though. At this point, I think that's why they're not using those transfer pipes, because you can set a transfer limit. I think so. You can set it so it only moves one cobblestone at a time, and it won't bunch up in this, which should be probably the better idea. Until maybe later tiers, if it is how I think it is, with it will use all the LP it needs and then do it. Maybe if you do stacks at a time, it's more efficient. I don't know. But we should, like, I don't think there's any time where we're going to be running out of LP. I'll probably, you know, set up. I don't know if I'll do a sort of. I know like basic things about Blood Manic, so I don't know if we can do like a Well of Suffering or anything like that. What I'll probably end up doing is actually just making a majority of it either out of speed runes and self-sacrifice runes. I think those are the two, like augmented capacity. That gives it more capacity in the blood thing. So maybe we can have them interchangeable, obviously, but have like that is our thing. Rune of Dislocation. Don't know actually what that does. Rune of the Orb. Still don't know what that does. Maybe it does. I assume it does something with the blood orb. Superior capacity. Maybe that's just an upgraded version of. Yeah, it's an upgraded version of these. Which I don't think it should take too long. Demonic slates. Imbued slates, reinforced slate, black slate. Okay, so you have to be quite a high tier there. Rune of acceleration and rune of self-sacrifice. Yeah. So I'll probably do a bit off camera. I'm having this problem at the moment where I don't want to do too much. Like I'm playing a lot, but I'm not getting a lot done because I don't want to record. Well, I'm not recording. I don't know, and I don't want to be doing stuff off camera. It's weird. So I'm just kind of doing the behind the scenes thing. Like I keep on, like last night I made enough 9 extra 64K processors for every single one of these 52 things now. So those are in my AE system. So I'll be doing those at some point today, most likely. And you know, basic farm. I've not actually done any Thorncraft recently. Keeping the workload on that going. I don't know, just simple things, and then these big things I've been trying to put off, even though everybody else has been doing them, and it's kind of like, I want to do them as well. So now we're gonna go craft them. It should be pretty easy. We'll just need a ton of stone. Let's just do one. Let's have it like that. And then we're gonna lift. Where is it? It's over here. It's my only one that's like off, like two dishes. Really off-putting. Alright, so let's get rid of all that. We'll need just get a bit, cobblestone complements the area. Let's make sure I'm in the correct place. Yep. Because I'll need a block to place it on. This is destroyed very easily. So now this is a tier 2, I think. Yep. Current tier 2 is 0 LP in it. Let's change that. Okay, that was very weird. I don't know. Maybe it was a bit lag, but it's a bit worrying when that happens. Like, I know I'm not gonna die, and I have, like, 4 sets of hearts to go through before I do. So, I'm not too worried about it. Okay, so, yeah, lag was happening, but we are, fairly high. That was on my end, I know that much at least. My internet is being very wobbly, but we now have a altar with 10,000 LP in it. Is max capacity. Currently, our current essence in our blood orb, as far as I know, is 5,000. I think that's what it's supposed to denote. And that right there is pretty cool. So, yeah, I don't know how much further we want to go with this at this current time. Because we could probably, if we just spent a bit of time on it, and I'll probably spend some time on it next episode. I think that's probably what next episode is going to be doing. Just progressing on this a bit further. Actually, I think that's probably the best thing to do. I'll do a bit of research before I do anything like that. I also kind of need to find a village because if I can get a village spawner or villager spawner set up using a powered spawner or any other variant, we can set up a villager spawner, and those give 2,000 LP every time they're killed, every time they're sacrificed, rather than any other mob, which is like, what, 4 times? Yeah, 4 times what any hostile mob will do. So that, I'd say, is probably the best bet. Because what's that, like 5 villagers, and you've got max capacity currently? I'd say that's pretty good idea. So, yeah, we're going to leave it off as there for today. I also need to find some, like, weak blood shards, I think. That means I'm just going to have to kill a ton of enemies, I think. Unless I've got... I don't have any weak blood shards. It's these things we need. We can actually create quite a lot of those if we get an imbued slate, so that'll be good. We can, make 1 to 5, which will be a pretty good process, I think. And considering our ability to sacrifice, I think we'll be able to make quite a lot of imbued slates when we get to that tier. So, actually, what level is imbued slates? Imbued slates, that is, I can't even find them. Maybe we'll look at a reinforced slate. What's a yeah. Imbued slate, you need a tier 3 altar. So yeah, I'm going to do a bit of research into everything as a whole. That's going to be it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And next episode, we're going to be carrying on, I think, with some more blood magic. And yeah, hopefully get a higher tier and become even more powerful than we are currently. Should be pretty good. So yeah, thanks for watching, and bye-bye.